as we leave combat.
So I just want to this is probably the strangest point in that Spectre's on life. Imagine a dog just starts barking in your ear, and then this weird little elf boy is half elf boy is hey man, chill out. And as you're just staring at both of these, completely confused, some monk with a burn mask just bodies you into a wall.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I love Dungeons & Dragons.
Little disclaimer that I, Mystic, and am employee of Wizards of the Coast on the D&D team. Hey y'all, the next few episodes of Utopia will be more horror-leaning than other episodes of Utopia as the party venture into the realm of the Nightmare King. Here's your content warning for the next couple of episodes. This stream may contain scenes and themes some find distressing. Mentions of blood, needles, injections, gore, graphic descriptions, breaking teeth, claustrophobia, death, drowning, drug use, general violence, and disturbing imagery may occur. Our cast will be using lines and veils. If you find scenes too distressing, please feel comfortable exiting. Last time on Utopia Podcast, the party made their way down into dungeons, through puzzles and rolling rock traps, into another room of cells, weaponry, and a code-locked door. After doing a little bit of exploring, the party tried to unlock the door, guessing at the code, releasing wraiths into the room. And that is where we find them. Beautiful. Awesome. We are in a strange stone cell-like area with lots of weapons and a mysterious kaleidoscope-like door that you all have been trying to find the combination to. You've plugged in the combination a few different ways, and the second try, you have summoned some kind of ghosty hanging out back behind you, up where Sille teleported into the cell to get the book and came back out. We're gonna start with some combat. So let's roll for initiative.
Do you want me to roll separate for Garakias, or does he just go after my turn?
He'll go after your turn.
Since Bitsy is currently in combat, is it the same for her?
Yes.
Okay.
She's just there with you. If you don't want her there, you can poof her away.
I will definitely poof her away if I may.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 6.
Nice.
Good old 6.
I got an 18 for the wizard.
I got a 5 with a natural 1.
And I got a 13. Average.
You said 6, Livy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, Morgus, you get to go first. You see a ghostly-like figure, incorporeal, hovering in tattered robes behind you.
This figure has only just appeared, correct?
Correct, yes.
Has it done anything overtly threatening as of yet?
It has not, except for just looking menacingly like it's going to come at you all.
Well, with that in mind. I think Morgus is... Oh, well, that's... Yeah, Morgus is going to move up if I can this is Morgus is sort of at the back of the group facing the ghost, and I'm going to move up and around past Sille, almost like pushing Sille out of the way. And as I do, I'm going to take out the magical grapefruit of wonder. And through it, I'm going to channel some energy, and then I think Morgus is going to hold it out in front of him, like put a couple fingers on his forehead, and going to pull from his forehead, and it's going to look almost like it's like a prism, or like when light goes through a prism, from his mind to the magical grapefruit of wonder, and then it will refract outward toward the Wraith 60 feet. I'm going to cast Mind Sliver on this guy.
Nice.
Ooh.
I need an intelligence saving throw, DC 17.
11. Fail.
Okay. I'm going to take 2d6 psychic damage.
Nice.
For 4 plus 5, that's 9 total psychic damage, and you will subtract a d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
Cool.
Hopefully trying to set up something good for somebody else in the party. Do I have a bonus action that I want to use? This is not a bonus action-oriented character, Mr. Morgus. Sorry, it's been just a little bit. I'm going to wait. That's going to be my turn.
Awesome. Next is the Wraith's turn. As it floats ghostly down toward the party with its flying ability, to try and drain the life from our friend Morgus. As the Wraith begins to move toward the space, Godfrey, into the space that Godfrey holds there. That is a 25 to hit.
What?
For 21 necrotic damage. And I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw.
21.
You succeed. All right, that's to Zibba.
Is the Wraith still occupying the same space as Godfrey?
It is.
If I try to attack it, am I going to hit Godfrey?
Not necessarily. It just has cover, essentially, is how I'm going to roll that. Okay. So the AC is just a little bit higher.
If I tried to politely kick Godfrey in the chest to move him out of the space, and then use my second attack on Wraith, would that be possible?
If it's a polite kick.
It's polite.
You just give me an athletics check.
Okay.
And Godfrey, as this happens, you can choose to just auto-fail or roll if you don't think Godfrey would know what's going on.
It's not my best athletics check. That is a 13.
I think, are you communicating this at all, Zibba? Like your intention?
Well, I think the communication you're getting is, like, Zibba looks very concerned that this thing is, like, clearly just tried to do something to you, right? Not a good sign. Been on edge since we crawled through a dark hole. And, you know, has experience with, like, things trying to occupy their own space. So I think she's just, like, you see panic in her eyes and she's gonna kick you.
Yeah. I think Godfrey's going to choose to fail. Like, as he's caught off guard by this damage that he took, he's not expecting Zibba to push him. So he can't, like, put up a good defense against it.
Yeah, great. You do so. You move Godfrey out of the Wraith space.
Okay. I have 2 attacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now I can use the second one on the Wraith?
You can use both of them. You move Godfrey as your reaction.
Alrighty. So after just like kicking Godfrey in the chest in the most polite way possible, just like whipping the greatsword over in a fluid motion, trying to go at him. Mm-hmm. Ooh! See, the kick threw me off balance, so that will be a 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
Alright, I'm catching my feet again. This is what happens. And the second one's 11, so I'm a little too panicked right now. This isn't going so well.
Also misses. I'm realizing we missed Garakias. Does Garakias do anything?
Well, clearly this is happening because Zibba does not know how to handle this flail. That she's
I have the flail!
She's spinning it wildly.
I got a flail and a sword, and I'm like, they're just like fighting each other, and I'm like, what am I doing?
I'm sorry, I feel like I missed something. When did you get a flail?
I found it, and I don't know how to use it. And that is what I've learned from this experience.
I'm gonna stay back here.
I think we ended with the distinct knowledge that Zibba didn't know how to stop spinning it once she started.
So not only was I one-footed and off balance, but I'm still spinning this flail in one hand, and I'm like, what am I doing?
Zibba is just spinning. She's literally spinning. Like a balance.
Garakias?
He's fine.
Okay, you don't want him to do anything though?
What would take an opportunity attack against me?
No. I just mean we skipped his turn at the end of yours.
I haven't taken a turn yet.
Oh my gosh.
I'm last in initiative.
You're doing great.
Mic drop.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Next up is Livy.
Cool. Is not Morgus. Yes, I can go. I think I can barely. Why can't I? Okay. What? I could move people, and now I can't.
You shouldn't move other people. You should only move yourself.
Well, I could move everyone in the beginning, and now I can't move anyone.
What would you like to do?
I would like to go here. Well, I can't. I would like to move 30 feet. To
backwards or forwards? There is a wall there, sort of like a railing. And where you are is lower than where that is in the space. It's about a 5 foot incline.
Then I would like to use Sille as a human shield.
Right. You head back behind Sille.
We're being very nice to each other. It's polite.
Yeah, it's very polite. I will then cast incessant barking, blah, 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 on the Wraith. I think
that's a 15 on the die.
Minus a d4 because of minus sliver. Some of that prismatic energy is lingering around its head.
Oh my God! Thank you. That would have done it. That would have made it better.
1 on the d4. So 14
That's enough.
plus 2 for their wisdom score is 16.
Yeah, no. He beats it. Then I am going to give Morgus I'm gonna do this to Morgus and wink, and he gets a bardic inspiration.
Finger guns.
Finger guns. Lincoln finger guns.
Morgus will wink at you back. And what is your die for bardic inspiration at this level?
I think it's 2d8.
It's not 2d8.
1d8. I think it's 1d8.
That would be insane.
1d8.
My bardic inspiration is 2d8. Sorry, DM.
I have a super special bard that
I
Have you met Livy? Now you have.
I'm a mythical bard.
Awesome. Now we're to Godfrey.
Okay. Godfrey hits the ground after being kicked, and as he studies himself against the wall, his hands look like they're engulfed in just a fire of shadow as he comes out and tries to grab the Wraith to attack.
Mm-hmm.
A 26 to hit.
That is a 26 to hit. And it
For
hits.
Flail didn't even phase him.
8 points of magical bludgeoning damage now.
Okay.
Second attack. 12 to hit.
Does not hit.
He goes wide with his second shot, and then he's going to bonus action to just make one more attack towards this thing. Is a 23 to hit
Yes.
for another 8 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Nice. This is just straight magical. It's not necrotic, right?
Straight magical. This is my flavor for him now having empowered strikes.
Hell yes.
And then Garakias is going to try to bite a ghost.
Yeah.
And he gets pack tactics because I'm within 5 feet, and that's a natural 20 for Garakias.
Yeah.
Who does a lot.
Yeah.
So we double dice here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ooh. Or 19 points of non-magical piercing damage.
Awesome.
And the creature must succeed on a 14 strength save or be knocked prone if it's able to be knocked prone. But I'm guessing it's a ghost and cannot go prone.
It's a ghost and it cannot go prone. And as Garakias bites into this incorporeal form of this wraith, you, Godfrey, I think even just like having seen him hunt rabbits and things, know the strength of his bite at this point, how much damage it should do. It doesn't do even half as much. It does half as much damage as you think it should.
Yeah. He was biting a ghost, but he like bit the ghost.
Yeah, he got
Like,
it.
good. Okay.
Pulls
End of
some
my
of the
turn.
like wispy smokes into his mouth.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Morgus and Livy specifically, and maybe Zibba and Godfrey, although I think you're more preoccupied than the other two.
Excuse me.
You see Sille just all of a sudden smack her hands onto her ears and start just being like, oh God, what? Ah, fuck, what is that noise? As she's unable to do anything on her turn. And we head back to Morgus.
I think Morgus is going to be a little bit disconcerted with what's going on with Sille, but he's going to like try to refocus on the Wraith in this moment. Yeah, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do what I did before. We're gonna sort of focus on grapefruit, and we're gonna do a mind sliver. So intelligence saving throw, DC 17.
Ooh. 9.
Cool. 2d6. 5 plus 3, 8 psychic damage,
Wow.
and minus a single d4 on that next saving throw before the end of my turn. Saving throw?
Nice.
Saving throw. Yes.
Movement
that-
or bonus action?
I think Morgus is going to like kind of move back a bit to be over by Sille to like just be close by in case he's needed.
Yeah.
And that's going to be my turn.
Cool. We are then back to the Wraith, who is going to reach out across the room toward one of the skeletal creatures laying on the floor and point over to it, and you hear like a deep, grovelly inhale as the specter begins to rise from where that skeleton used to be.
No.
And that is gonna go to Zibba.
Heck yeah. So I still have this flail.
Mm-hmm.
Can I hit it with the flail? Better than last time.
You can try. Are you proficient with martial weapons?
Yes.
Okay, then you can do it. It's not your magical great grandmama's great sword, but you can.
And it is a new toy.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say I got one in both hands. Can I do one of each?
Yeah. But you're not dual wielder, and you don't have the dual wielder feat. So
I just super chaos. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna say the flail just spins entirely out of control and just I accidentally fling it across the room. I throw it. It hits a wall somewhere. Then a little bit of rubble just comes down. I'm like, well, but I pull out, a good trusty old reliable there. Only slightly cursed now.
Nice.
And we're gonna see. And that's a 19! I should stick with what I'm good at, not good at flails. That's what we've learned today.
That hits, yeah.
And that'll be for 8 slashing damage.
Nice. The Wraith is finding it difficult to hold itself together after the damage that the party has done to it. And starts sort of going, like reaching toward the specter, seeming to instruct it.
Taking that out as my opportunity, can I slash at it again?
Mm-hmm.
Just straight through the hand and everything.
Yeah.
That'll be a 26 to hit.
Absolutely.
Beautiful, beautiful. So close to an at 20. And that'll be 12 slashing damage. See, I took the extended hand as a challenge.
All right. The magic of your great-grandma's ancestral power comes through the sword, and the Wraith seems to take the full extent of the damage. It does not look good.
Beautiful.
To Livy.
I really want this dog to work. I'm committed to the bit now.
Okay, I'm rolling. Oh, that's not good. I got a 6 minus a d4, which is a 4 for a 2.
Plus
Heck
2
yeah.
for a 4.
6 was already with the plus 2. I did them.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
That's a 4, and he has disadvantage on his next turn.
Nice. Barely up. Barely up.
And it's a little Maltese that is barking.
Nice. Bonus action?
It's I take out my music. You know what? I'm gonna be like, I don't know what we did to offend you, angry Wraith, but you're almost dysporeal. It'll be in your best interest if you calm down and leave us to try to open the door again. I'm gonna try to persuade him.
You don't
The
think
Wraith?
that there's any
Wraith.
way to persuade this ghost tied to this door in some way. But it sounds great what you said.
Yeah.
As we go to the specter, who's going to take its flying movement. Can't quite make it to the party, but it's on its way. So we go to Godfrey.
Okay. Natural 20. as Godfrey takes his hand and grabs the face of the specter that remains and just dissipates it against the back wall.
Oh my god.
7 points of magical bludgeoning.
You do it.
As he does that, he uses that leverage to leap up onto the wall and like climb up to the top. And then is this specter flying up in the sky? Is it down kind of hovering above the ground?
It's just hovering maybe 2 or 3 feet above that ground, which is 5 foot raised from where you were previously. So as you like vault yourself up and over, it's sort of face to face. Godfrey.
So I will come here, and as I'm doing that, Garakias is simultaneously leaping up and then moving into flank.
Yeah.
So I take my second attack. 12 to hit. 13.
13 will hit, yeah.
Oh, nice. For 9 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Oh, nice.
Then bonus action, just going to take one more strike. The 20 to hit.
Yeah.
For 10 points of magical bludgeoning damage.
Wow.
And then Garakias will take his bite. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
For 10 points of non-magical piercing damage.
The dead also dissipates as we leave combat.
So I just want to this is probably the strangest point in that specter's on life. Imagine a dog just starts barking in your ear, and then this weird little elf boy is like, half elf boy is like, hey man, chill out. And as you're just staring at both of these, like completely confused, some monk with like a bird mask just bodies you into a wall.
Yeah.
That's what happened. I love Dungeons and Dragons.
Sille is still holding her ears. This point, she's sort of, her bum is on the ground and she is just very uncomfortable.
Morgus is gonna sort of kneel down and I'm gonna try something a little weird, but I still have the grapefruit in my hand, and it shall only be known as the grapefruit of wonder. I'm sorry for any of those listeners who are confused by this. It's not actually grapefruit; it's a crystalline chronicle, but it's a grapefruit of wonder. So, Morgus is going to just gently place one of his hands on Sille's, and I'm going to try to cast message into Sille's mind, and I will ask, Sille, what's wrong? She can respond. This is Morgus's way of like trying to listen in to see if I can get a signal on anything that she's experiencing.
Give me a percentile roll.
Sure.
Since that kind of pushes the boundaries of the message spell a little bit.
It really kind of does. So this is very... Morgus is just kind of seeing what he can do. How about a 34?
All right. You don't hear what Sille is hearing, but she says aloud to you, I've never heard the song this loud before. And having been in a party long enough, I think you all would know that when Sille channels divinity, she either hears a celestial song or smells a fiendish stink.
Morgus is gonna sort of look up at Livy. It's the angel. We're getting closer.
I want to try something that's either going to help or make Sille overstimulated.
Oh no.
And for a penny, I'm going to get out my instrument and I'm going to play to try to help a little bit block out what she's hearing in her head. Maybe soothe her.
Give me a performance check.
$26.
It sounds incredible. It's such a great song and performance. But Sille is just fully engrossed in the song in her mind.
Okay. Well, I think the only way to help her is to solve this puzzle and find the thing at the end.
Godfrey hops back down, and as he lands, his hands extinguish. Well, now we know what happens if you try to brute force it, so let's take a look around.
We're not all gonna end up like that, right?
I think this is no. Do you mean Sille or the ghosts?
Oh, Sille. I really hope I don't end up like the ghost. Now I'm concerned that's a possibility.
That was a good tactic, by the way. Maybe next time, just a little heads up before you kick me in the chest.
I'm sorry, I tried to do it politely.
It's fine. We haven't encountered
I
this.
saw you wits in pain, and I figured I needed to get you out of there. I didn't know what it was doing.
Maybe just like a word, like incoming, or...
Is that the code word now? Incoming?
Just pick a word, and I will know.
Did you say please?
From now on.
With my eyes?
Oh, no. Then it wasn't a polite kick. You have to say please and thank you as you kick. Then you can kick anyone you like.
At what point do you say thank you?
After they fall on the ground or away.
That is not applicable
Godfrey, thank you.
to dwarves or wizards. You will do no such thing to me.
Alright, we will not forcibly move you. Morgus.
Noted. You can move yourself, though. Can't you do that warpy thing?
Yeah.
You can only push
Of
me
course.
if I am in a life or death situation. And then if you say please and thank you.
Well, he seemed like he was dying a little bit.
No,
That's good.
I'm not saying he wasn't. I'm saying that was fair.
If he is alive. Gives him kind of a side eye.
We know that we're missing a couple of pages still.
Okay.
That'll give us the solution to this door. So maybe we just take another look at this room with some fresh eyes.
Why don't we check the cage that Sille warped in? Maybe we missed something.
I'll go
There
take a
are
look
other
at the
cages.
cage. Why do...
Ooh.
What? Someone please stay with Sille.
I'll stay with Sille.
Thank you. Morgus is going to go over to that cage and take a look, but I'm going to be very careful to keep an eye out for anything that might trigger a trap, because I feel like that might have happened recently to my poor little wizard man.
I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Give me your investigation check.
I'm just giving you shit. You said investigation?
Yes.
It's still within 10 minutes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have Bardic Inspiration.
Yeah, you do.
And I am a wizard with an intelligence rating. Oh, okay. So it's a 14 on the D20 and a 5 on the thing, plus a 7, which is a 26 for investigation.
Wow, that's awesome. You don't see any more traps.
Okay.
And as you approach the cell, you know that the door is locked. Livy and Sille having tried to get in it before the Wraith error was triggered. Sille having misty stepped in and out just to get the book of pages.
Did you say Wraith error?
Yeah.
Wraitherror.exe did not. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Just made me really happy.
And the book was in an obvious place, just sort of sitting next to this skeletal being in rags at the back of the cell. But you see just the tip of some more pages under the sleeping mat that the skeleton is sitting on.
Okay. I think Morgus is going to he'll, like, outside the cage, he'll sort of kneel down a little bit and he'll just, like, turn his palm upright. And he'll sort of act like he's very gently trying to pick up the pages and pull them out. And this little cloud of those sort of gold and white dusty sparkles will sort of stretch out and sort of engulf the page, or the edge of the page, and I'm going to try to use mage hand to remove it carefully.
Yeah. Just sort of pull one page out, and as you do, you see like 3 other pages kind of pull with it until that one breaks free and the mage hand comes back with the page.
Sure. I will bring it back to the party and so that we can take a look at it.
Yeah. It looks like the other pages, but as if the mental state of this individual had declined at that point. There's a lot of mutterings of just no more fighting. Please, death, take me for real this time. And then a few lines under that, you just see, and 4th is 4. It gives you a bit more information as well. You see sort of a bad sketch of a armored lion-like creature with strange geometric shapes on its fur. And it just says, "Their justice is not my justice," next to the image.
How familiar does that image of the lion-like creature look to Morgus, particularly from the abandoned library?
It looks similar, but definitely not the same type of creature.
Okay. Like maybe a similar silhouette, but not the same.
Similar in that they're both cat-like and large.
Okay. I will share all of this with the party.
Yeah, so we're missing 2 then. Right, we have 4 and we need 6. Were there any more pages?
I can go check again to see if there are more in the cage. Here, you take this one. I'll go check real quick for more. It sounded like maybe there was more under there to see if I can try to get more out with mage hand.
Yeah. You pull like 1, 2 more pages out with your mage hand. It's easy enough. There aren't any more combination notations here.
Okay.
But you see what might be one of the first pages of the book that is missing. And it describes the man writing the note. Their name is Farrell. They came here to prove their worth to the Angel of Undeath, Zazriel.
Ooh.
Did you say Angel of Undeath?
Yes.
Oh dear.
Known in other realms as the King of Nightmares.
Well,
You learn
I
that
find-
the man in the cell is a satyr. Or was a satyr. You didn't see horns on the skeleton, so you can't say for certain what had happened there. And you learn that he was sort of tricked, it seems, into fighting, although it was part of what he wanted to come here to do. The trick was more along the lines of what you all already knew, in that once he fought once and won, he was forced to continue to fight in the gladiatorial pit. And if he were to ever die, he would be brought back only to fight forevermore. Clearly something changed, though, because he's not alive now.
Well, I found a
And
few
now I'm done.
things. Morgus will, via a relatively short TED Talk, exchange that information to the party. I just wonder what changed.
He was locked away.
Didn't
Can I make a history check?
the big
to-
Minotaur man that sent us out to the garden to get killed? Didn't he take over from some god of nightmare or something?
He might have.
Yes.
Could that have been
I
what
believe-
changed?
Yella, his mother.
Because he said he tried to modify the magic, right? But he still wasn't completely in control of what's going on or sent us to this place.
Interesting.
Yes. It is approximately. But I don't know why, because it doesn't seem. It seems like he was locked away by his mother, or the
Maybe
goddess
he
of
got
the earth. I
grounded.
don't know if Zathrian and her are eternally
It
grounded.
could be different for gods. I don't know. Concept of time.
Is there anything in Livy's repertoire of history that he would know why?
None
He
of
was
this is within the realms of what Livy would have learned or had access to.
Gotcha. New knowledge. Very exciting. Although he doesn't seem like a particularly friendly god, considering.
Well, he did something to draw Gaia's ire.
Okay. I'm gonna. So the walls that are right next to me, do they go all the way up to the ceiling?
The only walls next to you are the walls to the left of you, which are the door that goes all the way to the ceiling. And then there's a railing about 5 feet. It's like a half wall to your right with a railing on top of it. You saw Godfrey and Garicias jump over it to take out the last specter, but you know it would take some athleticism, a mild amount of athleticism.
I'm just gonna
Yep.
walk on it
Where are you
because
going?
I have spider walk. I'm going on the other side, and I'm gonna do a look-you-loo
Okay, give me
to
a
see if I can
perception
see
check.
anything. Okay. No, that was performance. There we go. Oh, that's nat one.
Oh.
Unless you count my first full, which was like 15, but I don't think you would. Lily's like, yep, there's nothing else. We just have to brute force this. Nothing at all.
Didn't we already learn that lesson? Well, didn't we just
What?
learn that lesson about the whole brute force thing?
Yeah, but there's
Can I
literally
try
nothing
2 things?
else. I can't see anything. So
One, I want my flail back. I don't know where I threw it.
Hey, you can go find it.
And then once I have my flail, can we check some more of these barrels? I know last time I only found the flail, but I feel like there's other goodies to be discovered.
Yeah. Give me an investigation check.
Oh yeah, that one great. We will find another flail. Surprisingly, that was a nat 20 for a 19, because I'm not good at this.
But it's still a nat 20. I think as you go pick up the flail you threw across the room, and you head over to some of the barrels, you see that behind the barrels at the very lowest level of this, multi-leveled room, near where the specter was animated and that skeleton sits, you see another pile of books, of pages. These ones intact, but they do look like they formed like a little bit of a nest for a bogle at one point. They're a little bit oily, but not as damaged, and you think that if you reached in there and kind of pulled some out, you'd probably be able to read them.
Oh, there's actually no hesitation. I mean, at one point, all of Zibba's stuff was covered in crab juice, so she's just like picking it up, reading through it, unfazed.
No.
Yeah. There's a lot of more just like general information about this person's day-to-day fighting, winning, fighting, dying. There is another drawing of that cat, and underneath it says Fester. And you learn the final 2 numbers in the combo.
Never doubt the flail.
It says 5 is 2 and 6 is 1.
You just see Zibba from across the room. Oh, after picking up a flail in one arm and swinging it, probably like hits into the wall and sticks there a little bit. And in the other hand, she's got some oily paper. It's like, guys, I found the other ones. And it's while trying to get the flail out of the wall again.
Oh, bring him here. Come on now.
good work.
That's really good. Livy, Tazriel isn't on any of the god sheets we have, right?
No, I know nothing about them. This is very exciting.
And
A little bit dampered by the fact that they seem like a sociopath, but still very
based on
exciting.
what Arudi said, he became the god of nightmares. But he was born from a god, but he wasn't born a god of anything?
Godhood to me, in my legitimate understanding, seems a little bit odd. Some gods appear to be just made, not from two, but just out of being. He also, I don't know if Rudy is 100% right in this. If he wasn't the god of nightmares, then even when he was in charge of all this, he seemed particularly cruel.
Maybe he just wasn't good with kids.
Perhaps the god of night
I don't know why I'm defending him.
Rudy, or
I guess this...
I'm not talking about Rudy. I'm talking about
the
whoever
angel
the
of
Zachariel
undeath.
is.
the king of nightmares.
Mm-hmm. Just based upon how people would see him to earn favor, and he would trap them in a never-ending nightmare, and how he's continued to do that. Perhaps it is subconscious. Perhaps anyone who gets too close to him, this is just how
Maybe
it
that's
ends
the
up.
only way he could do his job. He got no thing or two to do a thing or two, right? We didn't know anything about nightmares. How could he be the god of nightmares?
I am hoping that's the case, and not the fact that he is doing this as a anger for being trapped, hurting innocent people for no reason, or a reason, but not the justifiable reason. I suppose we won't know until we go
Well,
and
we
check.
have all the rings now.
How is Sille, by the way?
I mean,
Before
whoever
we
this
do
Azrael is must be more divine than anything Sille's ever encountered. Hit her with a whole new OS update. He's just completely shut down. I've only seen this affliction once or twice before. It's very rare.
If Scylla's eyes just got completely
No.
Okay, just checking.
But she is still just kind of like rocking, holding her hands over her ears.
Whenever you're ready. 413421.
These flail tricks.
You going in?
It's probably fine. I have a flail now. Listen,
Don't
just
you get to
before
practice
anyone walks through
stopping
the
the flail?
door, we can just throw the flail through it and see what happens. I will totally be ready to do so, and that is my ready to action for whatever the fuck happens when we open this door. I will just throw the whole flail at it.
Well, let's not forget the last time you hastily made a decision, a boulder showed up.
Yeah, let's not forget that decision that was made.
You don't
Speaking
know
of-
until you know.
No, you don't, but you don't have to always know so fast.
Aren't you guys always the ones saying I need to learn more? Just trying to learn faster to catch up.
It's true. Can you stop that flail from spinning?
There are better
Ah!
ways of learning than trial and error.
Yeah, I can stop it. It just swings it into the wall.
That is it. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, join our Discord community. Why not? Follow us on the socials, like, subscribe, follow, leave a comment, leave us a review, do all the things. Tell a friend, tell your local game store, cash register folks, whomever you want to tell about the pod. It's greatly appreciated. Intro and outro by Nolan Glock. Everything else by myself and the cast. I hope you have a great day.